Hey lovelies, it's reviews and recaps. Let's get into today's video. So today we're going to be talking about Ready to Love, Make a Move, the season finale, and part of the reunion that we have seen so far. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you give this video a like, and then let's get into today's video. So the episode started with the ladies sort of making a toast and never settling. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. But anyways, so it's time for everyone to make their final decisions. I'm not going to go into it too much because I feel like this whole season, I've talked about it a lot and I'm not surprised about any decisions that have been made. Let's talk about Ashley. Ashley basically said, it's a distance process, whatever. She still chose Donald. But basically said she's not going to be making a move yet, but they'll get to know each other as friends and then see if anything else comes out of it. Vern basically said no to Tabari. To be fair, I think we already knew that, Vern wasn't really feeling Tabari in that way. But also I think Tabari made it even harder for himself by not communicating with her as often as she would have liked. So I feel like it's like, I'm not even attracted to you and then you're not even giving me the energy that I need, like, boy, bye. And I think that was really what it was given, in my opinion. And of course, Charisse, on the other hand, basically chose Maurice. And yeah, despite the distance, she's looking forward to him coming to see her over in Miami. Zadia, of course, chose Cam. I still don't know why she chose Cam. I feel like this man has played in your face so many times. But she still decided to choose him. I'm like, sis, you're going out looking sad out here in these streets. I can't believe you're choosing this man that has not chosen you. And you keep doing that over and over again. It's only going to end in tears. Like, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I feel like, at what point do you then wake up and think, maybe I'm delusional? You have to be, because this man has told you in so many different ways that he doesn't want you, yet you keep choosing him. So I'm not here for it, but I'm just like, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels, right? I wish that she will stop being so, in quotation mark, understanding. I wish that she would stop trying to fix and, wanting a project. I wish she would stop trying to fight for someone who is not giving her what she needs. It's like, you shouldn't be having to fight for affection from anyone. It should come naturally. The person should want to give you time, should want to be committed to you and all these good things. If they're not going to do that, then don't waste your time. But she wants to waste her time, so who am I to stand in the way of her wanting to waste her time? But you guys, let me know if you guys think it's going to work between Cam and Zadia in the comment section below. I'm very curious to know what you guys think on that. Also, were you guys surprised that Vern decided to choose herself and did not choose Tabari? Let me know about that. Okay, so the reunion basically started. I think this is the part where we're probably all waiting for. The host looked really good, per usual. Tamika Lee also looked really good. I liked Zadia's outfit. Vern also looked really good. I did not like Ashley's headpiece outfit. It just wasn't working for her. I personally think Ashley tends to dress really tacky, in my opinion. And she did not surprise us this time around. She did exactly that. She looks a bit tacky. This is all in my opinion. Ashley, you lot know I like Ashley. Although I still give her flack. Because on this show, we call out behavior. Not necessarily directly attacking people. We just call out behavior, okay? So I just didn't like the fit. But let me know if you guys liked it or did not like it, like what I said. Now, Charisse, I don't know. Charisse just looks okay to me. Like, I've never really looked at Charisse and thought, oh my God, she brings the fashions or she looks so good today. Like, I just haven't gotten that from her this season, or at least right now. So maybe when I watch the next episode, maybe I might feel better about that. But I don't recall her fit being that like interesting to me, that like even right now I can't tell you that I can visualize what she looks like. If I say I can, I would be lying, honestly speaking. I really just can't visualize it. And so I feel like that's a problem. If I can't visualize it, then maybe it wasn't that great. That's just my opinion. If you're still here, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're one of my returnees, I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get back into this reunion saga, honey. So they started like recapping the journey, from the start and everything. They talked about the fact that there were like ups and downs, and they brought up the whole Zadia and Charisse situation. Now, they brought up the fact that why did Zadia lie if she was really out with Cam the whole night? Like, why you gotta lie about it? Why do you have to lie about it? Of course, Zadia tried to like be like, well, she's a grown-ass woman. She doesn't owe anybody an explanation. I get that. But why lie? You could have just said that. I don't owe you no explanation. It is none of your business. I'm a grown-ass woman. I can do whatever I feel like doing. That would have been the end of it. Everyone knows you're grown. And Charisse was out of line even trying to out you in the first place. You're a grown-ass woman. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your buddy, your rules, really. Like, do whatever you want. So I don't really feel like there's anything that was specifically sort of, like I didn't really think like it was a huge thing that she needed to lie about. It is disappointing that she lied about it. I will say that. And you guys remember I covered that when I first reviewed that episode. And yeah, my views still remain the same. There was no need to lie about it. Now, what was interesting was when this whole thing was getting brought up, Charisse kept getting like very defensive. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Zadia talked about feeling like Charisse was a bully. And I was like, interesting. Charisse did not take that very well at all. She did not. She was getting really upset. What I didn't like was every time Zadia was trying to talk, Charisse kept interrupting and saying she did not want to hear what Zadia had to say. I'm like, that doesn't reflect well. If someone is trying to talk, even if you don't agree with what it is they're going to say, or you feel like what they're going to say is BS, let them speak. Let the words come out of their mouth before you say something, right? It comes across as defensive, childish, silly if you keep interrupting someone before they can get their thoughts out. You don't even know if they're going to say anything positive. You don't even know if they're going to be like, okay, do you know what? I've had a second look at it and I agree with you. No, instead you keep interrupting this person over and over again and expecting things to just go well. So Charisse talks about the fact that she felt ganged up on, and I was like, what did she say that for? Because after that, Ashley got annoyed. Ashley got really annoyed by that, and Ashley started to check her. Ashley was like, Charisse needs to check herself. Everyone stayed neutral. We didn't get in the middle of what you guys have going on. So you can't really say we gang up against you or there was a gang up against you, blah, blah, blah. Ashley was getting really passionate. I will say that, but that's Ashley, right? And Charisse gets angry. And so Charisse ended up getting up to leave. I'm just like, oh my goodness. My personal thoughts on the situation is I feel like Charisse is very defensive. I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe perhaps Charisse sees some similarities between her and Zadia, and that's why they clash so much. But I feel like she's very, very defensive now. And also she has a woe is me attitude. The reason I say that is it's a very strong thing to say you feel like people were ganging up against you when there was nothing to show us on the screen or off screen that these women came at you about this whole incident with you and Zadia. If anything, it seemed that they stayed out of it and still maintained relationships with each and every single one of you guys, right? Without taking sides. But instead, you've then made it seem like, oh, they decided to gang up on you. That's a very woe is me attitude. And if I was a solid friend to you and I was among the group, I would be upset too that you were like, how can you say you feel that we were ganging up against you when I'm also part of the I'm part of the collective? That doesn't make any sense. So I personally feel like she misspoke by saying that. Do I feel like Ashley overreacted? Yes. Ashley overreacts about everything. She lacks emotional regulation. She needs to work on that. And so I feel like Ashley was wrong for even going all the way there to begin with. That's just my thoughts on that. And Zadia saying that Charisse was a bully. I don't know if I will use the word bully. I personally don't think bully, but then was I physically there? I wasn't physically there when this whole saga happened, right? But from what we've seen, we cannot see anything that shows bullying, so to speak, right? I feel like usually when I think about bullying, I think about there's an imbalance of power, right? It's like the bully sees himself as a stronger party, picking on the weaker party. Let's be honest, Zadia is not a weaker party, right? None of them are, right? So I don't really see that, because like the whole idea of bullying is you're using like some sort of coercion, force, or teasing or threat to intimidate someone, right? But then most of this is basically characterized by someone who has some sort of higher power over the other. It could be social power or some sort of like imbalance, right? In terms of, but it feels like they're on equal footing, to be completely honest with you guys. And so I just don't personally see bullying, but that is my honest opinion. I am curious to see what plays out next week. And so we can pick up this conversation when we see what plays out next week. But make sure you hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of this episode. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys later. Bye.